retirement. I want to talk about three financial mistakes you should avoid during your golden years. So, I mean, I'm in my 40s. I haven't touched those, twilight years yet, but I'm reaching out for them. And I got to tell you, I think about retirement every day. Yes, for my current employer, for my future employers, I do think about it. I think about it every day. And I don't know if there's a problem or not with that. But the question is ignorance ruining your retirement? So I want to go through three financial mistakes, common mistakes to avoid when retiring, because I think about it, Americans are part of an amazing yet curious phenomenon. Most are extremely well educated in their professions and their careers, yet are quite uneducated when it comes to the purpose behind their jobs, which is money. So our society is kind of awash in information about money, but most people still end up making decisions based on emotion and lack of, accuracy, correct and complete information. You got to think about it, because this type of stuff wouldn't matter so much if our retirements weren't on the line. So I just want to go through an example of just some pitfalls people face when it comes to money. And these are the three common mistakes they make when planning to fund retirement. The first one is failure to educate oneself. So you got to think about it. If I'm a financial planner, which I am not, but I'm going to say, the average client, the person looking to meet with a financial planner has a full schedule. They have a demanding job, a fulfilling family, and barely enough time left over to eke out a morning jog or catch a favorite TV show after a busy weekend. We all like to squeeze in fun when we can, if we can, but that doesn't mean it's wise or prudent to continue putting off retirement planning or even educating ourselves on it. So you got to think about it. If you're looking for a solid base in financial education, is essential for having a good retirement. So you got to start small with something like Barron's or Investors Business Daily. Try going to some of these websites, signing up for, let's say, like a daily newsletter. And don't fall for a well-hyped headline, especially if you don't understand the logistics of a strategy or a product. One size does not fit all. So be wary of any silver bullet, financial solutions. And don't be afraid to start from scratch. This way you can understand money the right way. Option number 2 is sleepwalking without a plan. And it happens to all of us sometimes. We simply haven't prioritized forward thinking. We think about the now. We think about current state. We're not thinking about future state. Most people that I sit down and I talk to, they can tell you about the now. I can tell you about what's happening today, next week, maybe towards the end of the month, and maybe they might. You could. The only thing in future thinking that you can think about is if you and your loved ones schedule like a vacation, or that you're going out of town to go see a loved one or something like that, or like there's specific holidays coming up. Hey, I know it's our turn to host Thanksgiving dinner or something, but it happens to all of us. You gotta prioritize. You gotta forward think. And for retirement, waiting into this period without a plan is going like to the beach and neglecting your bathing suit, your towel, and your sunscreen. If you're approaching this stage in your life with no plan, then there's no use kicking yourself now. Now is the time to formulate a sensible and realistic plan. You got to think about this stuff. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not a financial planner, but I would start. Get yourself a whiteboard, and you start thinking. And if I just take a step away from these three items that we're talking about for retirement, just think about your daily life. So at my desk at home, which I will take a picture of, has all different types of post-it notes and everything on it, a calendar, you know, kids' pictures. But that's some of the stuff that I can put up there because I can keep it on my mind. But it's not good to sleepwalk without a plan. You gotta be realistic. And you have to formulate a sensible and realistic plan. Understand your money and your assets and read up on how you might be able to use them. Here, you know, the help of professional advice could prove, you know, absolutely invaluable. A professional may see the opportunity where you cannot as a layperson. And so a good first step in formulating your plan is having a strategy that's designed to preserve your wealth. Hey, folks, you got to think about it. We could sit here and talk about the 1%, and we're the 99%, you know, but it's about your retirement. You know, this is only going to happen once. The third option is an inability to fully appreciate diversification. So even though people have learned this lesson over and over again, starting in grade school, many still put all their eggs in one basket one way or another. You got to think about it. You know, if you had your 401k, how do you have it set up? Did you set it up the right way? Because you sit there and you look at it and you say, oh, okay, I have $1 million in there. I'm fully vested. Okay, you know, you should review this type of stuff. So this is especially problematic with finances, putting all your eggs in one basket. I mean, I know it's an old term, but what's the harm in sticking with one financial product if it's working? Many people thought the same way before 2008. Financial portfolio is more diversified among different investment and insurance products that may reduce or minimize your loss during an economic meltdown. So the key to it is spreading your investments across various asset classes. You know, and it kind of refers to, you know, a bunch of investments or a bunch of assets that are grouped by their similarities. You know, these classes include large cap, small cap, mid cap, high yield, international, domestic. Again, just remember, professional advice in this and other areas and other arenas too are advisable. You got to think about this. This is your nest egg. So I always think it's good. It's the new year. You should get with a financial planner. You should get with someone that can tell you how they're going to help you. I mean, you got to be careful of the people that are going to swindle you. But look, do your homework. Look at some reputable planners in these various places that are business bureau. You gotta take the time out to do it because it's not going to help you. It's not only now, but it's in the long run. When you're in your late 60s, and hopefully, you know, nowadays, I mean, today's economy, we're working well into our 60s. So hopefully you've done the right thing over the years. We don't want you to ruin your retirement. You got to be smart. We're going to do a blog about this. We're going to talk about this. We're going to make this a piece. We're going to make this a blog, and we're going to include the audio in here. We feel really, really strong about it. Common mistakes to avoid when retiring. I'm not at the retirement age, but I got to tell you, as I said, I think about it every day, not a day at all. So with that, we're going to get ready to close out. Like I said, we had so many